stable. And so what I wanted to do was just tell you a bit about it and make you aware of its capabilities and how it's possible that you might want to consider using it. A whole new way to manage and share information. Here we have a house plan drawn on a OneNote page. You can put grids on the page, it's been scaled. You can draw on the page by hand. So the sketch plan there is where furniture and things might go. And the photo's been stuck on the same page with an arrow drawn to suggest this is where I might consider putting this piece of furniture, just as an idea of a use for OneNote, as a move pane. You can use OneNote to take information from a whole range of sources. It's great for managing research and storing information. When you clip and add information to it, it sources it all, so it's all sourced for you. You know where you got that information. It has a printer with OneNote, so you can print the contents of a web page which is sourced into OneNote if you want it. It's the only app that handles all forms of media. So it handles text, handwriting, audio, video, photos. You can use it to share with other people, both share publicly and privately share. And it works across all the different devices. So it works on Apple, it works on Android, it works on your PC, it works on your laptop, it works on your smartphone. You can use it anywhere. And as the chicken said there, as it came out of the egg, oh wow, it's a paradigm shift. So it can replace a whole range of multiple physical pieces of storage. And it, as I said, handles any file type on the one page. You can use OneNote to share information anywhere across your devices. Now, we have a family cookbook that we share with your children. And that's been built up over the years, and each year I would go through and table of contents it and index it and print a new version for the kids. But about 5 or 6 years ago I stopped doing that, and we put it into OneNote, and we now share it electronically. We can add recipes, they can add stuff, we can put photos and things. I don't have to put an index in because it's all searchable. It'll even search inside the images in there. So actually, where I sort of had that text mindset, I don't need that anymore. I can just stick the images of recipes there and still search within them. Lots of ways to use it. You can use it shared, or you can use it singly, and it all works well. To sync and share OneNote requires a Microsoft OneDrive account. Now, we're all being forced into a Microsoft login these days with Windows 10. It's just about impossible to avoid it. So you will have a OneDrive account now. But it's free and it works well. So with OneDrive, you just log in, get the app if you haven't already got it, you're not using Win 10, and it's built into Win 10, and away you go. So what does it look like? Key thing that I'm showing the desktop view here is think of notebooks as books, sections as chapters, and pages. So you've got notebooks, sections and pages, and that's how you think about the organisation. On the smaller format screens, like your phone or your tablet, that might get abbreviated, but you can still, that structure is there. So for family history, because I have a wife that's heavily into family history, here we have an example used with the notebooks up the side, families across the top, and people within the family down the side. Chapters, so you've got the notebooks, chapters, sections, and pages down the right-hand side. What can you do? Again, you can do all sorts of things. You can insert information and pin it wherever you want to. Think of the old felt board, where it's an infinite canvas and you can pin things on and you can move them around on the felt board. What you can't do on the old felt board is stretch things. You can do that in OneNote. So you can stick a photo, you can have text, you can have a to-do list, you can have a video, you can have audio. It can all be on that page and be arranged, and it can all be searched, particularly the text and things, not the audio as yet. And the graphic says, chaos theory suggests that complex patterns of order exist within apparent disorder, and Mum says you still need to clean your room. So organising within a page. Again, the example here is a family history one. We've got a headstone, a picture that we'd taken when we were in Ireland. We've got a death notice with the text extracted from a newspaper. So we've downloaded that, we've got the text out. There's a to-do list there with check boxes of things that I want to do, and the title and some other text there. Searching is incredibly powerful. Search and you can detail what you want to search. Here I've just started to type a couple of letters, SH, in the search box, and it's brought up shallots and should. And again, the graphic says it's in the library and I can't find the books on information retrieval. Backing up is important. I think, although this stuff can be shared and put on the cloud, I find that it's important to make a local backup, and there are a range of, and my tip would be when you're using it, to make sure that you're locally backing up. One of the powerful things that you can do in OneNote is extract text from images. And I'll give you an example of that. Here I've taken a photo of a recipe, and you right-click the image, and when you right-click things on your computer, you bring up a menu, and one of the things is extract text in that menu, and there's a copy of the text that is extracted, and I've pasted alongside that image. Uses for OneNote? Well, lots of things. As I said, we use a shared family cookbook. Great for travelling. You can put all of your travel information, your itinerary and things like that, hold it on your computer if that's where you're doing, or your laptop where you're doing your research. Sync it to your phone and your tablet, and it's available offline. So wherever you are, you don't need the internet to get it. If you share that notebook with your kids, they know where you're going to be. They've got your itinerary. If there's an emergency or something or other, they know where to contact you. And then you can also use it to share photos and things of your trip as you go. So it becomes your travel blog. I used to have a travel blog. Don't worry about that anymore. I use OneNote. Getting started. I suggest you start small and start local. Just get OneNote. If you've got Microsoft Office, it's part of it, has been since 2007. Otherwise, it's available as a free part of the Office suite online, so you can use it online. Choose where to store it. If you're using the free version, you have to store it online, but if you're using Office, then you can store it locally, and create a note. You can rename things by right-clicking and renaming. You can colour code. You can do all those sorts of things, and you can paste and print things into the page. It has the familiar Office ribbon environment, so you know what you're doing. You can reposition stuff on the page, and you can create new pages easily. And all of the information you put in there is searchable. And if you want to learn more, then there's a whole series of really good tutorials on this Office support things. Click on the OneNote support at supportoffice.com, Microsoft site, and get OneNote help. And don't forget, over on the right-hand side it says see more tutorials, and there's a whole lot of other information there that'll help you get started. The other thing that Nick mentioned yesterday was Office Lens, and he showed us Office Lens briefly there. And I thought I'd just show you how that works, because that is an absolutely marvellous little app that turns your phone or your tablet into a scanner. And here it's in whiteboard mode. And so you can take a photo of a whiteboard, it will square it up and show it to you, and being in whiteboard mode, if there's a gloss or a reflection on it, it will remove that reflection off the photo because it's smart enough to do that. And you can set it to take business cards, to take photos of photos, or to take photos of documents, depending on the mode you want to use. So the left-hand image there is the whiteboard, and the right-hand end is after you've taken the photo. Here's an example of me just taking a photo of a document. I've taken a screenshot of myself setting it up, and you'll see the camera image at the bottom. And I then click the camera image, and then this is the result, another screenshot. So it's brought that image in and squared it up and said, this is what I think you want to make a photo of. If I then say I want to select the area of that little sort of rectangular thing up the top, it brings a box around, and I can draw that around. Now I only wanted part of that document, so I've dragged the corners of that box so it's just highlighting the part of the document that I wanted. And then I've clicked, okay, I want to save that. That's the little floppy disk icon down the bottom. I don't know why they're using a floppy disk icon instead of save, but I don't know how many people that recognise that these days, but click that, and then the result is where you want to save it. Well, you can save it to OneNote, you can save it into Gallery, you can make a PDF of it, put it into Word, put it into PowerPoint, and so on. So I've now got that little snippet in a temporary OneNote thing. I've taken the text out by right-clicking on it, extract text. It's come out perfectly, not one spelling mistake. If there was a spelling mistake in that text, it would be highlighted for me to correct as part of the Office suite. So very, very powerful. Fits in beautifully with OneNote, and very useful for copying things. You never need to have a scanner again. You can just do it with your smartphone or your tablet. Office Lens is free, and it works on all the platforms.